During last year's NFL offseason, the Los Angeles Rams reconstructed Aaron Donald's and Cooper Kupp's contracts to free up over $20 million in salary cap space. But why did they reconstruct these contracts? We'll be talking about all of that and more in this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up or thumbs down because it's your thumb, and let's go ahead and get into it. During the NFL offseason, reconstruction of contracts is very common. And this is a way for teams to convert athletes' base salary into signing bonuses to free up salary cap space. Now, when you're talking about base salaries and signing bonuses, I do go into a lot of detail in the NFL contract structure in this video right here, so make sure to check it out. I'll leave it in the cards as well in the description. But the basic structure of these two words is that a base salary is the money they get, but this money is not guaranteed. But converting the base salary to signing bonuses mean that these athletes get this money guaranteed, as signing bonuses in the NFL are guaranteed. By doing this, teams are freeing up space in their salary cap. And the salary cap is the amount of money the team has for that particular season. I have an entire video on NFL salary cap, so you can check it out here. I'll again link it in the cards as well in the description. Reconstruction is a viable option for so many teams because it is a quick fix to their cash influx problem. And it also allows the athlete to stay on the team for that season. Because honestly, these teams could cut the player, trade them, or do a variation of different things. But because they're just reconstructing their contract, they get to still have that player on their team and possibly work out a new deal in the following season. This is seen this offseason with the Kansas City Chiefs as they reconstructed Patrick Mahomes' contract, and now he has a 10-year, $450 million contract, as well as Travis Kelce's contract that is now going to free up the Chiefs over $20 million in salary cap space because they decide to reconstruct their contracts to make them last a little longer. Don't get it confused when you hear reconstruction that this money no longer applies to their salary cap. It does apply to their salary cap, but it is applied to the next year's salary cap. So the 2022 NFL seasons or the 2023, however long that reconstruction of the contract is. It is just delayed, not canceled out. And a lot of time in the NFL, you hear about reconstructing and contract extensions. And the biggest difference between the two is that a contract extension means that they're reconstructing it to keep the player on the team for longer by freeing up their salary cap space. But if you just hear the word restructure of an NFL player's contract, that means that they're just giving them their money for that year up front. And it could possibly be that that athlete is not going to be on the team in the following years. But reconstructing doesn't always mean a bad thing. But if you just hear reconstruction, it probably means your favorite player won't be on that team much longer. Now that you know more about the NFL extensions versus reconstructions, make sure to check out this video on how much the NFL makes to see how they get all this money to pay these athletes, as well as check out these two videos that I mentioned earlier so you can know more about how contracts are set up, as well as the NFL salary cap. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every time I post a new video, which are on Mondays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me know down in the comments below, how do you feel about reconstructing and extensions in the NFL contracts? And make sure to give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down because it's still your thumb. And remember, don't be afraid to join the convo. In the summer of the 2021 NFL offseason,